Hey guys, before you watch the video, I just like to say yes. If you were an early subscriber to my channel, yes, I have talked about Goodfellas before, but this is before I did it with my friends. So we're gonna do a deeper dive into this with spoilers and our analysis and what we feel about the movie. And this time I have Joma with me, so instead of one person, it's two. So the more the merrier. Uh, so that's
One take, one deal.
yeah, and I want to do this again because it's maybe someone's special day here. So yeah, this was a personal pick of someone here, and I really hope you like the video because I feel like this is one of our best. Uh, but yeah, that's the only reason why we chose to do this again. I chose to do this again because one, it's a very good movie. Two, I'm with a friend this time, so I'm not by my lonesome. But that's all. We hope you enjoyed the video and let's get to the episode. Okay. Hey, what's up to all you geeks and degenerates? Welcome back to our mob organized crime week. As you see in the title, today we're talking about arguably the most famous mob movie from Martin Scorsese, which is Goodfellas. Uh, First question for you, though, Jomer. What was your first impressions of the movie, and how did you come by it?
For how I came by it was I saw it on Netflix and I watched other Scorsese. And I was like, you know what? Before I watch The Irishman, why not? I'll give Goodfellas a try because I heard it was really good. And yeah, I watched it with my mom. Again, she likes, you know, mafia movies or crime shows. And like my thoughts on it. Wait, what was the question?
What were first impressions of it?
First impressions, like, dude, that was actually legit something really well. I don't know, I enjoyed it, but I have those certain kind of movies where I'm like, this movie's got like, it's beautiful, this is amazing. I never want to see it again. And this is one of those movies. It's just, okay. My explanation for that is that this movie was so goddamn stressful for me. And there was a lot thinking. I appreciated everything was beautiful, it was amazing. And I love this movie. It's just that like I wouldn't watch this regularly. Like I'll never watch this again, just like with Irish. Like I'm never gonna watch this just once. Like, and also I'm also very disturbed by Ray Liotta's laugh.
Yeah, the laughing, the eye rubbing.
I can't do it. I can't do his laugh. His face when he laughs, but it's just a weird ass laugh.
As for me, I first heard about this movie where I think a lot of people hear about get their movie recommendations, and it's a site that makes list. It's called Watch Mojo.
I knew it.
Because I just saw the scene where Henry was celebrating in the shower because they just pulled off the Lufthansa heist. I was like, there's something about this movie that they're showing me. And the opening too was like, as far back as I remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. I was like, should I watch it? I'll take a chance on it. And I've just seen Wolf of Wall Street. I was like, alright, that was my first Scorsese movie. I was like, let's see what this guy's got. What else has he got? Aside from corrupt stockbrokers. And watching it, I was just like you, so immersed in the world. Because this is really a peak of what it was like to be a part of this life of being part of a organized crime unit, or like a crew. And you see how it works, what the infrastructure is, what you can do, what you can't do. And it's all fascinating to me. I'm sure it is to you because it's like we're the normal people they make fun of. It's not like we're part of this. We're not in this world.
No, we're not.
Yeah, but it's nice seeing what it's like for them and see how what are the perks and what is the extreme
Pros and
disadvantage.
cons.
Yeah, the extreme disadvantages. One of them being you might not die of natural causes.
Natural causes, just like in the Irish.
Exactly. Um, so this film really revolves around Henry and his two friends, Jimmy and Tommy, played by Jimmy being played by Robert De Niro, and Tommy being played by Joe Pesci. Of the three of these, which one did you like the most, and which one did you not like? Or did you like the least?
Again, like going back to our Irishman, I like it when the guy is quiet and takes care of everything. In Irishman, it was Joe Pesci's character Russell, and here now it's Jimmy, played by Robert De Niro. So they pretty much switch place. Yeah. And Ray Liotta was pretty much the rookie. He's the one who's new to the game. But yeah, for me it was Jimmy, like the entire way. This guy, yeah, when you break down from here to there, he would lose his place. I don't know. He had everything under control. Everybody looked up to him. Like if you need something, you go to the gym. If you want something done, you go to the gym.
Hmm.
So yeah, Jim was my favorite character, especially one sequence in this movie, which I really like. But we'll get there.
And the character you like the least
The character I like the least.
among the three of them?
Oh, among the three of them, I would say Ray Liotta.
Really?
Like, he still did an amazing job. Like his acting was amazing. He played Eddie Hill great. It's just I couldn't. I couldn't relate to him as much.
Even though his our eyes to this world.
Yeah, he is pretty much the vessel that we have to look through. But yeah, for me, really with this character Henry, I couldn't get into it that one. Like, ouch. Sorry. Compared to Robert De Niro, I don't know. I just didn't have that much respect for his character. If you know what I mean.
I'm on the same train as you when it comes to Robert De Niro's character. Like I like Jimmy the most, even though he kind of is the most dangerous out of all of them because he's the one thinking out of the most. Out of all of them, he's the one that thinks a lot, and it's just silent. You can tell this guy has a lot going on in his head. Whereas Tommy is like he's he's really too dangerous. Like why do you have this guy around? My God, like when
It's
he's
too unpredictable.
yeah, like when he shoots poor Spider, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, he was like, "Oh, fuck you, Tommy." He was like, and then Robert De Niro like tips him
Yeah,
like $100. And like, "Oh, you deserve that. Stand up for yourself." Then bang bang. What?
it's like oh, what did he do? What?
Yeah.
Um,
No, Tommy's like that friend where you're like, you're gonna bust his balls. So it's like, what, you're gonna take that from him? You're gonna take that from him? And he actually punches the guy. I'm like, whoa, you're kidding. We're just joking, but.
The character I like the least might be Tommy because at some points I'm just like, this guy's just too crazy. It's like, and like he's too impulsive. Like when in that scene where he's with bats, he just comes back to the bar going. It's like, oh fuck. Watching it now, it's like, oh yep, here comes trouble.
I don't know. I think I'm still a little bit biased because of his role as Russell.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think I'm a little bit biased.
But yeah,
Yeah, now I see your point.
as for the Irishman, none of these people are good people per se. Not Henry, not Jimmy, not Tommy. But for me, the most least evil is Henry, because
Oh yeah, I can see that.
it's not as violent as Tommy or
As evil as Jimmy.
evil as Jimmy. But he's like, we're going on this journey with him, seeing how life is like for an organized crime structure. Like you see him when he's a kid, he's getting these odd jobs from these mob guys, and he's like, this is a fun life. It's better than school. You know what? I'll stop going to
Better
school.
than being president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I do like the fact that they're like, what? The mailman's delivering your grades? Not anymore. And
Sana all.
exactly. But you see how his origins, and one of the things that really gets implanted in his mind is, when he goes to jail for the first time, it's like, you know what? We're not mad at you for going to jail because you did the right thing. You didn't rat on us. That's the
Wait,
most
you go to
important.
jail. You went to court.
Yeah, sorry, he went to court and he didn't rat on them. That's the most important thing. Uh, but as life goes on, you see him going up the ranks of the mob, and you see the bond between him and Tommy. And through Tommy, he meets no, yeah, and Jimmy, and through Tommy, he meets Karen, which is his wife. What do you think of the relationship between him and Karen?
Well, okay, going back to it, this is the fact that I don't like, not like Henry. Just that I felt so uncomfortable seeing his look. I think that's why. Like I saw too much. Like I got really tired. Like I would never snort that much coke. I
Especially,
never snort any coke. So I'm like, I don't want to now. Between him and his wife, I say the dynamic between the two actors was amazing, but at some points it got really annoying.
at some point, I just felt bad for Karen. Like, just leave.
No,
Just leave.
that's the thing. Exactly. That's the thing. It's like most of the team, Henry will come back at it's like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and she's waiting there with her mom. And like, man, that's kind of a dick thing to do. What the fuck, man? And I'm like, go to sleep. You're you're not in a good place right now. But what I got annoyed by her is like, oh, he's so dangerous and he has a gun and he's part of the group. He's part of the mob. I'm kind of attracted. She's one of those girls who are like, oh, he's a bad boy. I really date bad boys.
Yeah, and she says it too.
Yeah. Yeah, she does say it. And I'm like, see, this is why your husband's going to prison.
Like she gets a glimpse of it, like when she tells about this tennis player that's harassing her. He just walks across the street and starts pistol whipping him to death.
I actually I kind of like them. I was like,
Yeah.
I wish I could do that without going to jail.
What's a really big standout scene for you in this movie? Or sequence?
For me, it's like towards the end. Is that Tommy, Henry is like grabbing everything that you can, all of the gold, making the food, grabbing from here to there, selling guns, while trying to avoid the helicopter that's like chasing him. I was like, the entire time, I was like, I looked at the time, I was like, oh shit, it's about to end. Why are you stressing me out right now? And then like the entire fucking time, he's just stressed. You can tell that the dude needs sleep, but he can't.
Yeah.
So you just snort up just to stay awake. Except coffee. And we get to the part where Karen meets up with Jimmy. And this is the scene I was talking about a while ago with Jimmy. So he goes like, oh, I got some Dior dresses for you. You want to take some? And he's like, yeah, I'll take some for my mom. And I was like, alright. You just go at the back of this alley and you turn right. The entire time, like she's just walking. This guy and her trustless.
Hmm.
And he still sounds like a friend in this sequence. He still sounds like a really good, close friend. And as she's walking down the street, she sees that there are just men, like guys there. Oh, I don't know what they were doing.
Neither do I.
I don't know what they were doing, but it was very sketchy. And you can tell that just like bit by bit, he was very uncomfortable. And you see Robert De Niro was like, oh, just right there. Still this friendly dude with a. She's like, nah, I gotta go. I'm gonna be late for something. I have to go to the mom.
I thought he was trying to have her killed or like
He
kidnapped.
was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah,
Dude, that was the scariest part. Is that was Jimmy's invention. He was
yeah.
trying to cut off all loose ends. Like everybody who was part of the
Lufthansa
the
heist.
heist,
Yeah.
Lufthansa heist. He killed all of them besides Tommy and Japan.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like, shit.
As like though when we get to Act 3, it's like I kind of want to turn this off. I can't stand seeing Henry like this.
Dude, I hated the close-up shots of Ray Liotta's face. Because I was like, oh, dude just needs a facial wash or something. like, just wipe the fucking sweat off your fucking face, man. It's
Swipe
really,
your
really
face.
which is like really good cinematography because you tell that it's a scene or a sequence where you're supposed to be you're supposed to be like him.
Yeah.
You know, like I hated it. You could tell that he's like sweating and I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah, I just want to turn it off. It's like I want to stop this movie, but I have to do a review. But
Yes, I did.
a scene that really stands out to me, I'm sure it really stands out to you too, is the you say I'm funny? Funny how? Am I clown to you? Do I amuse you? The first time I saw this scene, it's like, sometimes you're with a group of friends or people, and then someone says something stupid, and the other guy or girl is like, "Excuse me? Say it again." Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Like, you've been in those situations. Hey, no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
The
I love that scene though, is because like after, but he's like, get the fuck out of here.
you stuttering motherfucker. But the best part of that scene, knowing about that scene, is that aside from Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci, I think none of the other actors knew about what was about to happen. Because as you see the scene going on, they're like, "The fuck is happening?" It's like,
So it was something like that.
yeah, no, it's on. I don't think it was ad lib, but like as it's going on, you see the actors being like, "Is this supposed to be happening?" Or is like, "Is this just Joe Pesci really have beef with Ray Liotta?" Yeah. And it's like getting to the point where someone might be like, "Hey guys, we're just playing around." But Tommy catches himself, so like, I got you.
One thing I really want to say is that there's a difference between these three friends, being in the eyes of one of them and being around these two. One of them is like a guy you're scared to like mess with because he can hurt you on the spot. The dude will just pistol whip you and you say fuck off.
Hmm.
The other one will hurt your family and everyone you love and then kill you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. The difference between Tommy and Jimmy, I love.
And going back early to like the opening, because that's how you do an opening to any movie. Like you just really get their attention, because there's just three guys driving down the road, and you're like, "All right, what's going to happen here?" And you hear the trunk. It's like, is that?
The dude they killed is still alive.
Yeah. It's like, is that what I
Yeah.
think it is? And you open the trunk. He's like, "No, Tommy, no." And Tommy just starts stabbing him, and Jimmy shoots him. You're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, you could tell them which ones are unhinged.
Yeah.
It's real. Yeah.
And
It's just these two guys.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Henry's just like, "Jesus Christ." But this is what I wanted. It's the life. And then he says the famous opening line, like, as far back as I remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster.
More than being a president.
Yeah,
More than being
exactly.
a gangster.
Another scene that really sticks out to me is a really cool one shot of him and Karen just going through the Copacabana, I think it was, and just going through downstairs, through the kitchen, and
Oh,
back.
right. And then he's like greeting everybody.
Yeah.
When he stabbed. Yeah.
Again, perks of that life, and you can hear in the background be like, "I waited for 2 hours. Why does he get a table?" And then you hear like the waiter be like, "Yeah, it's handled. Trust me."
We can't do anything about it. He'll kill us.
Or we got in trouble with Paul, and we don't, or with Paulie, and we don't want Paulie to be mad at us because look at him. He doesn't have to do much. He just has to say a word, and we're all dead.
Like, I kind of felt bad for Karen. because you can see the like what she was suffering, where she's around these wives who she does not relate with,
Yeah.
like at all, and through every occasion she goes to, it's always with dog. It's never with family members. It's never with friends. It's always with the people he works with.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like, can you imagine that? It's like,
yeah, how alienating that would be in somebody's life.
who do you hang out
But I feel
with? These families only. Only them.
yeah, hides the gun in her pants. And only them.
And only them. It's like, I can't imagine being surrounded by the same people. I mean, we obviously, all of us here in D&D hang out a lot, but like, we see other people.
Yeah, no, okay, no. Okay, here we're friends. We're friends. But like, Henry doesn't hang out with her friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, you know. Like you say, your girlfriend only hangs out with us. Her only circles. She doesn't have anybody else. It's kind of that.
Yeah.
So that's a bit uncomfortable.
The scene that really brought some tension way up, is the scene where Karen finds out that Henry has been cheating on her, and then he wakes up with a gun on his face. I'm like, how long is the runtime? We have how much left?
I was like, I knew she wasn't gonna do it because yeah, it's still in the middle of the movie. But I love how he did it though.
Yeah.
He said like, yeah,
Just calmly
yeah,
talks to her.
yeah, just like, you're the only one for me. And then she like pulls the gun away, and then he grabs the gun and smacks her. I was like,
I was like, Jesus Christ,
and
Henry.
then he points the gun. I was like, yeah, you can tell that Henry is a fucked character. Like, I love the direction that they went with. I don't condone the act. Just letting you all know.
Yeah. But they're showing how brutal and how sad that life can get.
Yeah, and what you can, and like the dialogue that Karen has after is like, this is like a scene. Sorry, this is like the moment in your life where you think, I have to leave my husband. He pointed a gun at me. Well, after pointing a gun at him.
Yeah, but he was cheating on me too.
Yeah, there's a point the girl would be, but no, she still is attracted to it because of this dangerous lifestyle. Yeah, you can tell that Jared's also attached. Fuck. Yeah, all you girls who like those kind of lifestyles, y'all fucked. This is a bad idea. Watch this movie. But you do you.
That's sure. We see how this crew gets most of their money through heist, and I like the fact you don't really see how the Lufthansa heist goes down. You get an idea how it might go down because you get all the roles, and it was masterminded by, or it was told to Jimmy by Morty, I think, which we'll get to that character later. But like,
Maurice.
sorry, Maurice. But you don't really see what happens. You just see Henry's reaction to it, and him meeting with Jimmy right after that, and that scene where Jimmy's like, "Didn't I tell you to not buy anything? Don't buy nothing. Don't do anything." Like Robert De Niro, angry. He's like, "Man, he's kind of scary."
You know, what I love about these gangsters is, like in gangster movies or how Scorsese does his the gangsters is that they're very redundant. Like the man already learned his lesson, but he keep telling him. And you can tell he's getting on their nerves, but he can't say anything because this guy's powerful. And like, I kind of like that. But at the same time, I get annoyed if somebody does that to me. Like, I get it. Like, oh, it's like I told you not to buy anything. Where did you buy something? See that girl? Where'd you buy it? Like, but yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, it's like, how much did you steal? 2 million. It would be really suspicious to be like, hey, these guys we've been monitoring, one of them bought a really nice pink car.
And just say to all you younglings who are gonna try this movie, 2 million back in the day is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Not like compared to today. Like for sure, nothing was like maybe who knows, maybe 20 million.
But yeah, Robert De Niro is kind of scared when he's angry. This is his face too. It's like, he gives a face where we're like, I'm sorry, I pissed you off. Please don't hurt me.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the Robert De Niro's regular face, man.
But yeah, he just proves that how great of an actor he is. where
Are you trying doing your best?
I can't. I've
Normally
tried.
your best. What? Come on, you do.
It's just-
I can't do it.
but even Henry kind of fucks up. He's like, all right, I won't spend the money. Karen, I bought the most expensive tree. You're like, just Jesus, Henry.
Bought his kids Barbie dolls. And bought his wife a necklace.
Yeah, and
Was
gave
like a
him.
gold bar. I don't know what that was.
I think it was a necklace and like a stack of a couple hundreds, definitely.
You know, that was for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot which other online movie reviewer said this. I think it was Stuckman, but he said something to the point of this movie is all about excess, and you see how lavishly these people can live, especially like even like when they're in prison, and like Henry points out like most you get an idea of what prison is to most people.
Yeah.
You're in the cell, you're with a bunch of people. For wise guys like them, it's kind of paradise.
Their wives aren't there. They're just with the boys.
Yeah, they're cooking really
They eat
good.
good food.
Yeah, like watching that sequence, I'm like, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, actually, same. How Italians like food, I can't like.
Yeah, they're like this. What this movie and Henry in particular are really trying to drive is like crime. For us, for them at least, unless someone rats on them, crime really doesn't pay. Or we don't really get our comeuppance, and we just enjoy splendors of illegal living or living a legal lifestyle.
The thing that gets them is that each other backstabbing, them backstabbing each other.
Yeah.
Like the English for a second there, sorry. But yeah. Like, how low? I respect Robert De Niro's character, like of how smart he is. He is the acting brilliance.
Hmm?
Also the problems. But like I would never work with him.
Same.
just like after a really good robbery, like for sure I'm gonna be like behind a dump truck or in a like a what was this junkyard inside of a car being crushed.
So we said earlier that not a lot of these people, die of natural causes, and there's two characters that die very violently. One being Maurice, where first time we meet him, he owes Jimmy money, and Jimmy nearly strangles him with a phone cord. Like, where's my fucking money? Today, give it today. And he's like, yes, Jimmy. And then throughout the movie, since he planned or told Jimmy about the
Oh wait, no, that is Jimmy.
yeah, he told Jimmy about the Lufthansa heist deal. And he's like, all right, I expect to be paid too. And he keeps asking Jimmy, where's my money? Where's my money? Until
Yeah, what? I don't know why this fucker would do that. The most powerful person in the mob, one of the most powerful people in the mob. You really gotta bust his balls repeatedly. Like, just wait for it. Jesus Christ. Or was he not gonna get it at all?
I'm sure if he didn't ask again, he'd be like, he won't miss it.
Okay.
But there's like one scene where like, all right, I think Jimmy's giving in. He's gonna finally give this annoying guy his money. They get in the car, and Tommy just stabs him.
A
Yes,
nice pick through the head. Like, oh my god.
it's like, oh Jesus. And you see Jimmy tying up loose ends when it comes to the Lufthansa heist, starting with Stax, who's played by Samuel Jackson.
I felt so bad for Stax. I mean, I felt bad for. Was this his like first role?
I'm not too sure, but like it's one of his first major roles.
I was like, is that Samuel Jackson?
Right?
He only had like 5 minutes of screen time and he got shot.
And you don't really see how the rest of the crew gets taken up, but you do see their bodies. You're like, oh Jesus, Jimmy's really coming for them, especially the wife and the guy in the pink car, and the kids are like, what's in the car? Oh God.
Oh dear Lord.
But they kind of made the mistake of killing a maid guy, Billy Bats, and
Which is the guy who's in the trunk at the start of the movie.
yeah, and they say you can't kill a main guy, so you have a really good reason to, and you tell the higher ups like, hey, I want to take this guy out because of this and this and this. But if you just willy nilly, shoot him in the head, you're gonna get whacked too.
Yeah.
And
Like, especially over shoe polishing.
yeah,
I was like, damn it, Tommy. Really bite you in the ass, huh? How'd they find out?
yeah. But then I guess it's like, okay, where was the last place they were in? This place. Who were the last people he was with? Because when we see him again in the club,
These two people.
yeah, he's with Jimmy, and his crew kind of left him. Yeah, so it must have been like, they were like, all right. Then the last person he fought with was Tommy. So, okay,
And if I remember, the area that they buried him in was gonna turn into
yeah, or like a
oh no.
condo complex.
Yeah. So if ever they dug it up, they're gonna find a body.
Yeah, or like they had to dig it up again and move him somewhere else. Maybe it wasn't too prepared. But that's one of the nitpicks I have this movie. Like, how did they find out? But
Yeah, same here. I was like, I don't know how they found out. I guess that's the magic of it. Like, how did they find out? We never know. The mob always has ears.
exactly. But there, one point, Jamie's like, "Hey, Henry, guess what? Tommy's gonna be a made guy," and it's kind of like a very special occasion within this organization. It's like kind of like graduation or first communion. It's like, all right, this is a very special day. He even dresses up. And like they get to the location, and the room's empty, and he goes, "Oh no!" And you go, "What do you mean, oh no?" And bang! We're like, "Oh shit!"
This is always the deal, especially in Irishmen. Once they're like, all right, we got a meeting to go to. All right, goes into a room's empty. Well, okay, just wondering, what if you're the first guy to ever go to the meeting? Just like, I ain't going to this goddamn.
I mean, unless unless you know you're in trouble, you won't be the first
I don't
one.
know, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
To
know. Like, well, again, just what if you're the first guy to come into the meeting and just like paranoid as fuck? Like,
But then again, Tommy has probably heard a lot of these stories of people being like, "Come into this room," so that's why he's just, "Oh no." It's like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked."
yeah, I know. It's just that I'm pretty sure everybody else has heard stories of these. But then, how are they gonna have a proper meeting when every time there's an empty room, it's always sketchy. Like same with fucking Jimmy Hoffa and the Irishman. Like empty room again. What if you're just the first one to be there?
So you better hope there's no one behind you. They're like, "Hey, come in. That's cool."
Especially if it's related to Robert De Niro.
Exactly. I do like. I felt bad for Jimmy and his reaction, just crying in the phone book and at the same time just trashing the
Like
phone book.
tossing it over.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, his crying there wasn't as great as compared to an Irishman.
Yeah.
And just saying, this is what Frank was supposed to look like in the Irishman at the start.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, oh, we could just like fuck swap.
But yeah,
Whenever we have that editing power.
it's really funny because going to the performance again, how great Joe Pesci is because he's carrying this one. But at the same time, this came out the same year he was in Home Alone, so it shows how much of a great actor he is to be like, how am I funny too? Ah! And within the same year, it's like, sorry. We're keeping that in.
Okay.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, the flamethrower scene and Home Alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just shows how great of an actor he is, and I'm kind of sad that he's retired. But at the same time, it's like you've got enough for this
Yeah, the
profession.
I
Yeah,
mean, when actors retire, sure, as much as I don't want to see them go, like, they they deserve a break. They had a really good run.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, knowing the fact that my first Joe Pesci movie was Home Alone, and I was like, I didn't know that it was made in the same year as Tommy.
Yeah.
I was like, just imagine Kevin McAllister being popped in the head multiple times.
Oh Jesus. But is there anyone else or any other scene you want to point out before we wrap this up?
Any other scene that I want to point out? Not really. Oh, I was like, fuck that babysitter. That dumbass babysitter. She fucked everything up within Henry's life. And
Oh.
almost cost him his entire family.
Within the plan too, it's like it's just a fucking hat. The plane's not gonna crash if you don't wear it.
It's not just that, man. Like, they're already in trouble within that sequence. That's not a problem. It's the fact that he was like, use another phone.
Oh yeah,
inside
yeah, yeah.
the house, so we don't get like traced
Tapped.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. He's like, no, don't yeah. I mean, fucking do it. He's like, and then she just does it on the scene. I was like, children.
It's like, child, you idiot.
I could just. Fucking
Just-
bitch. Amazing actress though. Good on you. You were very annoying, but pretty sure that was the intention.
Yeah.
And especially that one scene where the wife dumps all the coke into the toilet, and he goes like, "Why did you dump it all in the toilet? Because they would find it. They won't find it. They scoped the entire house for you, dumbass.
Exactly.
They cleaned that shit up."
It's like, Henry, you idiot.
Henry.
Henry, think. Think, Henry, think. Oh
Your
man.
wife did the right thing and you're screaming at her.
You-
Actually, to be honest, the entire time I was on the wife's side.
Yeah. It's like, he just admitted how much it's worth. Like, it's 60K worth. Like, exactly, that's why she flushed it down, you idiot.
You can't hide 60K worth of coke.
It's like, they put you away for how many ounces? And then an entire block worth 60K. How many years are going to be wasted in jail because of that? You idiot.
25 years for just
Yeah.
for what they found in the car. Or an entire house filled with coke.
It's like, Henry, you idiot. But that's the point. I felt bad for Henry. Well, actually, more for Polly when he's like, goes back to Polly and he's like begging for money. It's like, Henry, just shut up. Just leave.
Yeah, well, I thought I felt bad for Molly when he ratted him.
Yeah. That's the funny thing, even though he's, head of this crime organization, you're like, oh, poor Polly.
Okay, I get it that he is a bad. For sure, he has killed people and he has ordered people to kill people. But like, this guy cooked you in. This guy raised you pretty much. Who was your dad when your dad was an asshole?
Mm-hmm.
And gave you a little bit of help when you really needed it. I was like, you asshole. Why'd you rat out?
But yeah,
Well,
to
I mean, I get why. Because if he ratted out Jimmy, Polly would go after him.
yeah.
Which is a smart thing to do, but I felt bad for Polly.
Yeah. Well, this is another thing I want to point out for the people watching. Again, of course, this came out 31 years ago, so it's a given that it's a spoiler review. At the same time, if you're going to watch this movie, but again, if you're hitting this point already, it's too late for me to say this, but I'll say it anyway. If you're going to see this movie, or have seen this movie, you have to bear in mind that they tackle some very dark topics, like, beating children with a belt, like, oh Jesus. And more than that, there's a couple of, besides the F-bombs, they do
Racist slurs.
they do say the N-word a couple of times. You're like, oh God.
Yeah, like it's not the black people saying it.
It's Henry.
It's his white folks.
Yeah. Like when,
When they sold the truck.
or like when,
And he,
Karen's like, how do you know you won't get caught? Like, because I'm not like blank.
then black.
Yeah. Who falls asleep in the wheel. But
Yeah.
that scene, watching it again, I'm like, oh God, Henry, wash your
Yeah,
mouth with
I was like-
soap.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm very surprised that they said that. While some of Samuel Jackson was in the same room.
And at the beginning too, like when the guy's truck gets stolen, and he's like, "Can you believe a couple blanky blank?" He's like, "Jesus Christ, why is it thrown away like so willy nilly?" And this is what, the '60s? Oh well, it is the '60s.
And the worst part of it is that he didn't even see it getting stolen. He only saw the truck gone. So, he just just went to the assumption that
African Americans though, second dude. Like
it does depict the like, time period kind of correct because people
Yeah.
were very racist back in the day,
yeah.
and they still are a little bit now. Okay, a lot.
And there's also a time where people would beat their kids with belts. You're like, oh, god damn.
Yeah, those were the days where we had 20-foot juggle jumps, and if you broke a leg in the park, you just walk it off, put some dirt on it.
Exactly. But
You got slides made out of like pure metal, and
Yeah.
in the hot sun, it's just an oven or a stove.
but yeah, it's just something to keep in mind when you're watching it, just to help you with the shock of like, what did he just say?
Yeah, exactly. So it just, and y'all know there are gonna be some touchy subjects,
Yeah,
which I kind of like, because it's not in the sense of like, oh, Scorsese just wants to toss it here and there. No, it's not tasty.
yeah, it's depicting the era they were in, and since they're part of '60s and they're part of an organized crime, they're not gonna be like, oh no, it's not politically correct to say these, because the other mobs would be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, like the mob would just be like, hey, you can't say that. He's just right there. Bad, bad.
Yeah. But yeah, well, let's go to our final verdicts. What would you rate this movie?
What I would rate this movie, I would say I'll give it a solid, just 8 flat. I'm not giving it much of a high score because as much as I love everything about it, I love the story, I love the characters. Yeah, I say that I don't like Henry, but I do love his character and how he went throughout the world. I love everybody in this movie, and he did such a good job. It's just that it's one of those movies where I am so happy I watched it. I'm so happy I got to see this masterpiece. But I will never want to see it again. Because it stressed me the fuck out. I hate movies like this. Like, especially with something like
Uncut Gems.
I was like, this movie's amazing. Adam Sandler's killing it. Why is everybody yelling at each other?
Loud noises!
Loud noises! But like, yeah, this is why I'm a Robert De Niro fan and also a Joe Pesci fan. These reasons of these roles, and I love this. But it's in that place in my heart where I don't ever want to watch it again, but I will have the trophy of I watched it, and I am cultured.
Trophy unlocked.
Trophy unlocked. And you don't ever want to do that challenge again.
As for me, we're going to be opposites this time. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I really can't think of anything wrong with this movie in a technical sense and a performance sense.
Technical performance.
Yeah, but I love it so much because of course, the story is great, the acting is great, the music. We didn't really talk about music, but the music choices for some of the scenes were great.
And to all you the younglings out there, you might recognize some of them because they were used for memes and TikToks.
Yeah. It's one of Martin Scorsese's best in terms of directing, in terms of performance, one of De Niro's best, definitely one of Ray Liotta's best, and definitely one of Joe Pesci's best. This shows this.
I would say Irishman is Joe Pesci.
Ooh, okay, that's fair.
In my opinion.
That's fair. But yeah, it's roles that like this, like these, that us with Jomar. I'm a fan of both Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta, because movies like this really bring out their strengths as actors. And Lorraine Bracco, who was Karen, she's really good in the movie too. Yeah, but yeah, 10 out of 10. It's a great movie. If you like movies about organized crime, there's a I would highly recommend it to you. It's like it's a tie between this and Godfather, honestly. Which we might get to in a second. But yeah, if you're a Martin Scorsese fan, definitely watch this. If you're a new one, at least, it's high on the list of things you have to watch. But you're but what? Oh, go on. Oh, okay.
No. It's completely unrelated.
Oh, okay. Here's a question for you. Aside from Irishman, what's your other favorite Martin Scorsese movies?
That's besides Irishman, it would be this one.
Goodfellas. Okay.
Goodfellas, yeah. It's the one that really stayed both. Like, I gotta watch other Martin Scorsese shit. Because I don't know. My first time is always, special with me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And yes, Goodfellas was my first. Goodfellas divergent, I see. To Martin Scorsese, disgusting, I know.
I like the other actor he works with a lot and the movies they made, which is DiCaprio. One of my favorites is Wolf of Wall Street, and the other one is The Departed, which are really stellar movies.
Wait, no, I want to change my answer. Yes, I know Goodfellas is my first time, but The Departed is fucking good. Yeah, Departed. Sorry, change my answer. I'm not a man of my word.
Alright.
I'm just gonna say a little bit of a. Hope people won't crucify me for it, but my first ever Ray Liotta movie, of seeing him in a movie, was the B movie. When he made a cameo. And that was my first time ever seeing Ray Liotta.
Do you like jazz? It's fine, man. Hey, man, my first John Travolta movie was fucking Bald, so I can't judge you.
We've all done wrong.
By these actors. I'm sorry if ever we watch these in the future. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But as we said, this week is all focusing on movies about organized crime. We have one more movie coming out of the pipeline, and I'm excited for this because we're gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. But that's it for this video. Oh Jesus! But that has been it for Goodfellas. What do you think of the movie? Did you like it? What are your favorite Martin Scorsese movies? Please comment down below. Yeah, be cool. You can find us aside from YouTube. You can find us on Facebook at Geeks and Degenerates / that's the other way around. Facebook.com/Geeks and Degenerates. I don't know how the internet works, folks. And you can also, if you want to hang out with us some more, we have a Discord community. Talk to us. We're fine people. We're friendly.
Yeah.
We don't bite. Sometimes. But if you want to find us separately, I am on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. John, where can they find you?
You can find me at John G. Perhaps I like to draw, and it's mostly an art page. You're not going to see my face.
Yeah. It's only here, folks, so try for this moment, I guess. But, continue to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, get vaccinated as soon as opportunity you can. We're almost done.
We really want to. We would love to film beside each other.
Exactly. That's the dream. Aside from 100 subscribers, the other dream is to film together one day. But yeah, thank you so much for watching our videos. We hope you like this one. Leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. Again, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.